On the flip side, you also have another penalty could be shaping with this, is the Denny Hamlin Ross Chastain thing, because he was overly honest. And it's fitting enough. Denny Hamlin with Dirty Mo, which is Dale Jr.'s group, he has his own podcast. The fitting name is Actions Detrimental. And, well, a lot of people probably didn't even realize that Hamlin and Chastain had an issue in the final laps at Phoenix. And Hamlin has been, we know, strongly against Chastain. They've had their run-ins last year.
You think?
Well, Hamlin decided, at the end of the race, he was on 2 tires, and he noticed, I'm a sitting duck. These guys are coming. So he decided, if I'm going back, he's coming back with me. And this is his quote in his podcast. It wasn't a mistake. No, it wasn't a mistake. This is his words. I let the wheel go, and I said he's coming with me. It's been interesting because I hear people say this for the last year or this year. I got wrecked at the Clash. I don't know that Ross sees it that way. I think he's still curious about what I thought about the Clash. I don't know why he wonders what I thought about the Clash. I said for a while, he's got to do something to get these guys' attention, whatever. I said it. I think that Ross doesn't like it when I speak his name in the media and when I have this microphone. I told him I have a microphone and I'm going to call it like I see it. Until you get a microphone, you can say whatever you want about me. The fact is, while I'm sitting here talking, I'm going to call things the way I see it. Sometimes I'm going to have to call myself out. And he basically keeps talking about that. But he talks about he purposely wrecked and ran Chastain wrong. He openly admitted that. However, NASCAR got wind of this. And Elton Sawyer, the senior vice president of competition, was on NASCAR radio this morning and said, oh, it's on their radar. They might have to take action to this. And according to Section 4.4b, and this is what the rule says, a competitor can be fined 25 to 50 points, or a competitor be points taken away, 25 to 50 points, or fined 50,000 to 100,000 for a series of violations that includes, here's the wording, wrecking or spinning another vehicle, whether or not that vehicle is removed from the competition as a result. Pretty much you purposely wrecking somebody. He admitted to this on a podcast. So it's in the rule book, and they've acted on it before.
What about the word series of?
That's what I kind of, there is.
Because a series of means more than just once.
Yes. And he tried it if you watch the video, he tried to put Chastain in the wall.
Oh, you mean series can mean one incident?
Multiple. Yes.
Not
I think
2 races or 3 races, just one race multiple times. Okay.
Yeah, and he did it probably 3 or 4 times.
This was on Sunday?
Yes.
That's the reason why Chastain finished all the way back 25th?
That's why. Yep.
Okay. I was wondering. I was like, because I got so upset, just focused
on the top 10.
What was going on with Harvick, that I just, as soon as I knew the race was over, I turned TV off. I turned the thing off and I deleted the damn thing. I ain't watching this anymore.
That's why. And NASCAR had the video. They actually tweeted the video of the onboards of both of them. And Hamlin, he just let him have it. I mean, and he said that he was dumb. He made a mistake. He got pinched to the wall with both of them. And then Chastain was brake checking him, and they finished in the back because of that. So there you go. He purposely sent Chastain, which if I'm a better and I had Chastain in the top 10, he was in the top 10 and Hamlin just took him out. So it's in the rules. So that's what is this going to be a week of some heavy penalties coming? Because according to the rule book, it is. But yeah, Hamlin and he went over the line, but this is where I had the issue with that is about, look, we've been looking for this. NASCAR got vanilla for 2 weeks. And he's got a podcast which is drawing a lot of attention to it, and it's called Actions Detrimental. If you penalize him, monetary or points or both, are you kind of putting the muzzle on him from saying anything? Isn't this what we want? Don't we want drivers feuding?
Yep.
And now you're basically saying that, because if he doesn't say that, he's not going to be penalized or fined, because then it's like prove it. I find it hard to believe you can go back and penalize something for something that happened days ago.
Now, where did you get the story from?
It's on the Dirty Mo.
So basically, a NASCAR site posted the story. Didn't come from like Chastain's people or anything like that.
No, this is straight from Hamlin. So he's got his own podcast.
No, what I'm saying is somebody had to have picked up what Hamlin said and put it out there on social media. Well, look what Hamlin said.
the own Twitter account for his show.
His own people.
Yeah, his own people.
Okay, so he's not only saying what he's saying, but he's also pushing it out there.
Yeah, they're promoting it.
That doesn't make any sense.
No, and then so NASCAR. Yeah, if you go in my article, it's out there right now. The 3 things, noteworthy things between last week and this week. I got the article or the tweet embedded in there, so you can just click it and you'll hear what he said. So it got NASCAR's attention, and NASCAR was on. They usually early in the week are on the morning drive on NASCAR radio, and they're kind of talking competition updates and that kind of stuff. And that was discussed this morning.
Okay. Well.
So yeah, it's out there, and it's in my article. If you want to,
we'll put a link in the description area to check it out.
Just scroll down, you'll see it. It's the tweet's embedded in it. Just click the play button, it'll play it for you. But yeah, they're promoting it. So, and he said it, but I want drivers to be able to speak their mind.
Yeah,
and
right.
For him to speak his mind and get penalized for speaking his mind, because if he doesn't speak his mind, he's not going to get fined or penalized.
Yeah, there has to be a conversation between NASCAR and the drivers about this. Look, I don't mind. We don't mind if you speak your mind, but you don't say anything that is going to cause us to be put into this position where we have to do something about it because we don't want to do anything about it.
No, there's probably got to be better wording he probably used instead of using intentional. Yeah. Oh, yeah, we had our issues. He knows where I stand. And he went in depth. I could have read a lot more, but there's probably 7 paragraphs of what he said about how he did it, why he did it, when he did it. I mean, he broke it down. He basically broke down every inch of how he did it and what he was trying to do.
It's crazy that these athletes nowadays it's one thing to be like a guest and you get paid to be a guest on somebody's show every week.
Yeah.
It's another thing that they're just gone crazy. They're doing their own stuff and again, they could even have their own segment on their own company and have a deal. But to just, this is my show. I sit in here every week. I'm going to talk about whatever I want to talk about, and I'm still actually participating in the sport. That, to me, would be now, he's also the owner of his company, so he can't, was Michael Jordan going to come over to him and say, hey, Denny, but can't you wait till you retire?
Yeah, and you know what? And maybe he is, Corey LaJoie said on his, I think it was a podcast or XM radio or whatever it was this morning, and he's right. He just almost wonders if Denny did this on purpose. Like, he's got the money to pay the fine. He's like, look, we're talking about the 23rd and 24th place finishers right now when we normally wouldn't. And look how much attention we're giving to that podcast.
Sure.
I mean, because the podcast name is Actions Detrimental.
Yeah.
That's basically he's taken an action detrimental to. So is he spreading?
It sure sounds like it.
Yeah, but either way, it might cost him. According to the rule book, it could cost him $50,000 to $75,000 on this.